What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on Mansion Music. The album obviously dropped today, so I've only listened to it a couple times, so these are just my initial thoughts. It definitely could change over time, but either way, with that being said, we're going to get started. Hopping right into Mansion Music, the first thing that really stood out to me when we got the track list was obviously the amount of features. Out of the 25 songs, there's a feature on 21 of them. I believe there was supposed to be like a Kodak feature on Killionaire, or at least it said so on the track list, but that must have not have made the album. Either way though, this album kind of came to us in a surprise because Trippie was obviously vocal about and working on A Love Letter to You 5. I mean, that's what the last 4 singles he dropped were supposed to be on, but there was just no hype for A Love Letter to You 5, and Trippie just switched everything to Mansion Music, started promoting it, showing the features, snippets, and instantly the hype just kind of grew. And I have to say that I do enjoy the more hype and upbeat Trippie like this. I wasn't the biggest fan of Trip at Night. I definitely enjoyed it. There was songs on there that I like, songs that I didn't, but Mansion Music, even though I've only listened to it like twice now, it's gonna have a lot more longevity for me personally, just with the type of production Trippie has on it, the features. I think the overall quality is pretty good on this album. The only complaint I really have is something that I have with literally every Trippie project, and it's just the excessive track list. And just like a majority of Trippie projects, to me, once you hit a certain point, usually it's around the midway point, the album really just starts dragging. I would personally like it better if Trippie would keep the albums around 15-20 songs max. Trip at Night's a good example of this. 18 tracks is not too long at all. It does have a good amount of features, but it also has a good amount of solo music on it. Structured wise, I would say Trip at Night's probably the perfect way to do a Trippie album, just in my opinion. I think Pegasus has an excessive track list on it. A lot of the A Love Letter to You's do, even though I think those usually have a little bit higher quality than some of Trippie's actual albums. I'm not even gonna complain about how many features are on here because I mean that's kind of what gave this album the hype in the first place, and the features are really solid. Chief Keef Sosa is gonna be good, Future is gonna be good, Lil Baby in Fully Loaded he's good, but he does drop the ball I think on Dark Brotherhood. It was really cool to hear a Juice and Trippie song. I never listened to this leak, so it was cool to hear it for the first time. Crazy Train's top 3 on the album for me, maybe my favorite song. The song with Dirk, Muscles, is really good. Even stuff like Big 30 surprised me. I really thought his verse was good on the song. We obviously have Lucky and Summers on here, but then you also have tracks like with DaBaby and Rich the Kid that I personally think you don't even need to keep on the album. I'm also disappointed that there was no Cardi feature on here because I remember at one point Trippie said there was. It could have been the fact that it's just so hard to drop a Cardi verse, or maybe Trippie was capping. Either way, I think Cardi would have fit good on here. Now, we can't really discuss was this worth the wait because we weren't really waiting for this album. It was, like I said, more of a surprise. I mean, the last couple weeks, I guess we were waiting on it. We were under the impression that we were getting A Love Letter to You 5 first. I would say after not really having any expectations for this album or what it would really sound like, it's a good project. On Twitter, for my initial thoughts after just getting done with the album once, I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. I might lower that down 1 and just say a solid 7 out of 10 is how I'm feeling about the album after listening to it for a majority of today. It's got its skips on it, but it has some really good standout songs. I think all the solo Trippie ones are good. Honestly, that is one more thing I would add, just a few more solo Trippie songs. He did really good. Those were some of my favorite tracks. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this kind of album review or my initial thoughts, let me know because I'll definitely do something like this again. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.